Now let's dive into actually finding the service providers. We know how to find what people are looking for now. We know how to see what's selling. We know how to go find the questions that people are asking so that we can ask those same questions of our providers. Let's start talking about the Fiverr folks. So we only want gigs on Fiverr that are high rated, right? I think that's a no-brainer. We only want to use people on Fiverr that are extremely high rated, right? And have had a ton of gigs. So they've gone through, they've done a lot of work, and they have maintained a very high rating over time because quality is important. How many of you are willing to pay more than the $5 and add on extras to get higher quality? Yeah, I will too. I will all day. Because let me ask you something. How many of you realize that pricing is just a crazy illusion? There's not much competition when it comes to pricing because pricing is so relative. It's very elastic. If you provide something that's good, people will pay a premium for it, correct? You know how much I pay for really good blog articles? I mean, I will pay for really good blog articles. I will pay anywhere from $100 to $200 for a good blog article, and that's just a start. That's a smaller one. That's 1,000 to 2,000 words. That's a good price for a good blog article, 1,000 to 2,000 words. Why will I pay that price? Even though I know how to write. I think you guys know I know how to write. I'm a pretty good writer. Why would I pay someone $200 to $300, $100 to $200 to $300 for a really good blog article? Because I can write good, but I can't go back in time. I can't get my time back. So I'll pay the money to do that. There's a lot of people out there like me. How many of you know of several blogs you can go to where people are looking for great content? So here's the deal. We're looking for high-rated gigs. All right? But here's the thing. We do not want to stay on Fiverr forever. If you find a good Fiverr provider and you've been sending them a lot of business, do you think they're going to start recognizing your name? How many of you have ever seen a cool video intro that we've put on one of our products? How many of you have seen a really cool video intro that we've put on one of our products, right? How many of you think that we use a bunch of different video providers on Fiverr? How many of you think we have just basically used the same damn video provider over and over and over again? And he knows me by name now. Like the dude literally knows me by name. We have good conversations. We have a great relationship because we send him a lot of business because we do a lot of videos with him, right? Do you think that I could potentially pull this video guy off Fiverr to do work for me outside of Fiverr now that I have a relationship with this individual? Do you think that would be overly difficult? Wouldn't be difficult at all. Wouldn't be difficult at all. Can I tell you the relationship that I have with this person now? I literally, when I submit a gig now with this individual, it's done within usually 2 hours, even though it's a day to a 2-day process usually. When I submit a gig, because I've submitted gigs, and a lot of times I'm just paying $5, but when I do with this individual, it gets done before everybody else's. I get moved to the front of the line, typically without having to pay to be at the front of the line. Why is that? And will that happen to you too? Because we're special. We use them a lot. Now, you will too. Now, here's the thing. Once you get comfortable in the process, we're going to be move off of Fiverr, either move our gig provider off of Fiverr or look for other sources or other workers. All the skill positions in my company were hired using this process. Typically, we started out paying them a one-off, and then we brought them on. Can we jump to Fiverr now? Can we jump over to Fiverr now? So here's what I did for you guys, just so you can kind of see how this works. I broke this up, and now you can think of some things that are outside of the box and how to do this. You don't have to just stick inside of how I laid it out for you guys, but I laid out some very easy links to jump over to Fiverr and pull out some of these services. So you can just click, and I've already set it up. I already set this up to where you guys click it and it's already rated them by how high their rating is. Okay? It's already rated them by how high their rating is. So for instance, if you go over to this page and you click, and I know it's a small convenience, but it's still a damn convenience. So for like blog writing and article writing, how many of you think that you could charge a premium to do good articles, and you could charge $400 or $500 a month to deliver 5 or 6 articles for a blog? And that'd be a hell of a deal. It's more specialized, but guys, literally for good content, there are a ton of people out there that will pay good money for it. For why? For SEO purposes, for readership and share purposes. They'll do it, right? They'll do it. Can I give you guys an example right now of a very valuable service that I would pay for right now, and that other people would pay for right now? It involves an outsourcer, and it involves a little bit of research on your part. I'll go through that in a second, Barb. Just stick with me. So, how many of you think right now that I might have a position for writers on one of my blogs that we do? I'm giving you a little insight about how you can do this. I do right now. Now, how many of you think that we're going to hire someone and pay them a monthly rate right out of the gate to be a writer? I've got a writing team that I do that. I'm not going to pay someone new to do that. I'm probably not going to do it out of the gate. Let me show you how you prove that you are an amazing writer. Cold, completely cold. Completely cold, that you understand the blogging game and that you would be worth me paying $1,000 a month for 3 to 4 to 5 articles to post on the blog a month. Are you ready? It involves Fiverr. It involves Fiverr, and it involves a little bit of research, and this is where the magic is. Would you guys like to learn this? Give me a yes if so. It's a little bit outside, but I want to give you guys like what bloggers are actually looking for. All right, so ninja trick here. Ninja trick for article writing. Not only are you wanting, let's actually go in and let's go to, somebody name me a really popular blog. A really popular blog. John Loomer, Mashable, Copy Blogger, Huffington Post. Cool. Let's do Huffington Post. Let's do Huffington Post. How many of you, I mean, you know, we're not going to actually sell anything to Huffington Post probably, but Huffington Post. So I've shown this off before, but let me show the power behind it. How many of you have heard of BuzzSumo? This is where the magic comes into like the blog stuff if you want to sell these. So BuzzSumo. So you guys know I have a product called Whiskey Baller. I probably need articles about whiskey. Type in whiskey here. As someone who's looking to provide content that's shareable and keyword friendly, if you are hiring someone to write an article from this page, if you're really providing value to my blog and we're very focused on whiskey, can you guys find some articles that have already proven to be shareable and mimic these posts? This one got almost 1 million Facebook shares. If I'm paying you $1,000 a month to be a writer for me, and you're doing 4, 5, 6 articles, can you go do this research, find the articles, and then hop over to Fiverr? Let's go over to Fiverr. Chris says $1,000 a month seems rather low. Is that realistic, man? Chris, you caught me in what I said because, Chris, you're on the other side like I am, where you know that's low. There's a lot of people that think that's high. How many of you thought $1,000 a month was high to charge someone for article writing? Yeah, me and Chris know that you're full of shit. It's low. It's so stinking low to get good quality. So guys, you got to charge, okay? You got to charge, but it's really low. All right? You're right, full of crap. Thanks, Chris. All right, so watch this. Watch this. So we go over to Fiverr. Jason says, is there a rule of thumb on charging? When you don't have any experience, start low. Start low, just so you make money with the arbitrage process, and then work your way up when you start to get an idea of the other quality that's out there. So watch this. Article writing, we're going to open this up in a new tab. By the way, are you guys liking the examples of how you can put together something powerful for like the high ticket? I know this is kind of off in left field, but I think the examples really help. Okay, good. So we got a high rating here. We're going through. Let me ask you something. This person has 12,000 plus reviews and they've got 4.5 stars. Do you think they might be bringing the heat? Good. I've actually hired this person before. Eye Catch Writer, 573, still pretty good. And they'll write good content for SEO, pretty good. How many of you are SendWire users? Who's a SendWire user or a scale out user for SEO purposes? How many of you know that there are a ton of scale out and SendWire users out there for SEO purposes? How many of you think that they would pay you money to write articles to put into their SendWire stuff? There's a brand new audience for you. Let's go into one of these and let's look. Now, this is what you're looking for when you break down a gig. Number one, are they a top-rated seller? Do they have this star? That's always a really good sign. Number two, do you think that this cat's doing it all by himself? Probably not. Is that okay with us? I don't care. 4 days on average is how long this usually takes to get this work done. Is that acceptable for article stuff? Yeah. So you go test. You go test. Now let me show you what I also look for. I'm looking for the accolades that they talk about. I'm looking for in articles, does this person seem like they know? Does this person seem like they know the important parts of writing articles? Copyscape, passed. Yes, they do, right? So one more thing. When you turn around and write your sales page for what you're going to deliver, do you have some cool bullet points here? Has this person done their research? Yes. All right, now let's keep going. If we're charging $1,000 a month to write 4 or 5 articles, blog post, do you think that we might want to get it faster? Yeah, they have fast delivery. Can we get more articles? Can I turn that $5 article into a 1,000-word article? Could I get him to write an ebook, or his company to write an ebook, which is 6,000 words, but turn around and use that as a blog post for $50? How many of you think if it's good quality here, you're willing to spend 4 to 5 of these, spend $200 to $250 on this person and turn around? You see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? So from an article writing standpoint, blog posting, do you think there are people out there that need it? Yes. Are you starting to see that these gigs exist and there's good people on here? Now let me ask you something. What's going to happen? Because someone asked me about pulling these people off. What's going to happen when you've ordered several of these upgraded gigs from this individual? Are they going to start to understand where you're at? Yep. When you contact them, now Fiverr's going to basically, if you type in anything like Skype, anything like that, look what happens here. You see this? What does Fiverr not want you doing? What does Fiverr not want you doing? They don't want you poaching them, right? You want to see how to get by this pretty easily. This is evil, so please forgive me. This is a little bit evil. Don't judge. And then what do you think we upload as the attachment? Sort of our proposal, right? Hey, we've been working with you a while, and I wanted to see if you'd be interested in talking more with me about maybe working outside of Fiverr. If not, that's okay. But if you're interested, contact me here and let me know. I'd love to talk to you more because you've been doing great work for us. Now, a lot of times when these guys actually do gigs, you can actually find their websites. But I just basically save a PDF. So I'll go in and I'll build a document in Word, and then I'll save it as a PDF and I'll upload it there. Sound good? Just a little ninja tip for you guys about how to actually do that. Okay, so let me get a drink so I can rest my voice a little bit here. So far, who's picked up some stuff and who's starting to get their wheels turning about what you could be doing? What you could be doing. Can I show you some more examples? Can I show you some more examples? Was this worth what you invested so far? That's really what we're asking. Is this worth what you invested so far? Yeah, I know it is, but yeah. All right, so moving on, I'm going to start showing you guys some pages. Now, you got to promise me you're not going to do exactly these things, because if everybody's doing these things, that's why I hate giving examples that are so vivid. But if you do these things exactly, it's not going to work. You got to put your own spin on these things, okay? Okay, look what just popped up on your screen. Look at what just popped up on your screen. All right, let me go through this. As a part, I told you, go hang out. I'm not a big t-shirt guy. I hate this market just because it bores me to tears. So this is not something that I would do. But I wanted to build you this because I think you'll all see the possibilities. How many of you have been in these Facebook groups? You got this big crowd of people that are just always looking for new ideas. They're always looking to see. They're always looking for new designs. They're always looking, they don't have a designer, so they want designs, and they want to know what's popular, right? They want to know what's popular. How many of you think you could get some folks into a group that would pay you money every month to pull out the top t-shirts that came out that month and also deliver some designs that they could use? Do you think someone might sign up for that membership at $19.95 a month? It's not 10 for each member. It's 10 for everyone. Now, a smart person as a part of this membership would take one of those designs and go redesign it, right? We're not really selling the designs. The designs are the thing that really kind of gets them in the door, but it's really the research that gets them there. How much research do you think you'd have to do every month to put this membership together? Could you do this in a couple hours a month and have people paying you $19.95? Would you like to know how to do this research? I don't really want to give away, but I think most of my t-shirt people know where to go find t-shirts that are selling well. Could you outsource this research so you didn't have to do any of it? I hate to pull this back up, but let me do it. Let me go ahead and pull it back up. By the way, another trick for BuzzSumo, if you guys want to see some interesting stuff, type in the t-shirt website. If you're t-shirt peeps, click search. And now you've got all the basic top shirts that have been on Facebook in the last year. So let's actually get out of that. But, you know, there's all kinds of really good things that you can go find, like t-shirts. And listen, I don't want to teach t-shirts because that's not what I'm here for. But there are sites that you can look at best sellers and you can put them out there, correct? Okay. Could you do this with a lot of other sort of products? Other sort of physical products. How many of you have realized you could do this and you could put out a newsletter for top Amazon sellers for the month? For my Amazon people, top Amazon sellers for the month, and people would pay you money for that. Yeah, it would happen. Even if they're actively selling, it's information they want. So really all you got to do is do a little research, and then guess what? To get your designs done, you turn in your research to, and I actually put this here, in physical product graphic design. It's going to take you to this page. And look what we've got. You can turn in your research to Fiverr providers and they will build realistic designs based on what you turned in. Have you just provided a ton of value to all your members? $19.95 a month. Pretty simple, right? Everybody get this? Okay, so we're going in, we're doing research on the top sellers of the month. We're compiling that list, and then we're going to order Fiverr gigs for them to recreate or mimic those designs so that we also are giving those designs to our members. Simple, right? So with this page, we go down, we tell them how the process works, what they get, and ask them to sign up. If we've got testimonials, we put them down here. That would literally take you how long every month to put this membership together? If you delivered 10 a month. I guarantee you people would sign up for this. A few hours. A few hours a month. I love it. So, is that a good example? Does that help you guys wrap your minds around what's possible on kind of the low ticket side? Good. How many of you right now have a membership in your head that you're starting to develop because you're starting to get, holy crap? Like right now, everybody give me a yes if you are starting to get some ideas of some memberships that you could put together. Good. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. So, you want to see another example? Want to see another one? More of a high ticket? I know I already showed you the high ticket with kind of the article writing, but let's do another one, right? How many of you think with local businesses, with online marketers who are doing SEO, how many of you think that you could sell a couple press releases a month for $500 in distribution? Press releases and distribution. How many of you think you could probably charge a lot more than that to write the press releases and distribute them? A couple a month for local businesses, for online businesses. There are goofballs out there that see the value in this. If you don't know about press releases, then you probably just haven't been doing a lot of SEO, but it's valuable. It's valuable. Would you like for me to give you the offline angle to this? The online angle is easy because of SEO. The offline angle is this, it's ego. How many local businesses have news every so often, and they want to see that they've been picked up by news outlets all over the country? So they can get their little, as seen on CNN, as seen on, right? It's an ego thing. They'll pay you for it. And they get value out of it. They do get value out of it. They get SEO value because it links back to their site. They do get value out of it, but the ego is the way you sell it. Would you guys like to see how we do this with Fiverr? So $4.99 a month. Step one, you submit your news. We write the release. We'll submit it to 300 plus news sites. You get 2 a month. Do they still pay us even if they don't use their 2 a month? Yes. You got to make sure you put that in there. We get paid either way. And they don't roll over. No rollover. All right, so I've got this. Actually, if you want to go back to here, I've got press release services up here. It's going to take you to a page that looks a little something like this. Can everybody see this? So that's this membership product, Jason, is more for individuals. So Jason, you understand with this sort of model, you're getting paid monthly, but you're charging a lot more so you can take on less clients because why? Because it's a little bit more work, right? It's a little more personalized. Okay, so good. I hope everybody's understanding that. It was a great question, Jason. So 2 PRs a month, at least $500 to write them and to submit them. Okay, can I show you this? Check this out. Can everybody see this one here at the top? We've got several at the top, by the way, but can everybody see these? Let's just click into this. Got some interesting stuff. Now, let me ask you something. Just by reading this description, do you think this person knows their value? $400 word PR, $100. Does this person know their value? They do. Is this person going to submit them to interesting places? Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. So there's one. Let's just jump out because it's always good to have several. Let's check this one out. A lot of reviews. Very high review. Does a good job. Read this. Read this for me because I think this is key. 7 years of experience in the PR industry. Distribution agreements with top networks like the AP and Press Association. They'll send you detailed reports so you can pass those reports on to your client. Manual distribution to PR websites. If you order an extra for $45, if you order an extra for $45, by the way, you can look at your coverage samples here. Check this out, just so you can go look. I love samples, by the way. I love when they show us what they can do. You can start pulling in some of the places that they've got people on to see what their work is like. So we can click into here and we can go check out the work. Sorry, my internet's a little slow today because we had some storms come in. And you can start seeing all these places that this went out. And you can find out, like, here's Missouri News Online, which appeals to me because, there you go. Interesting, right? Columbus News. So, does this work? Yeah. So look at this. We order this gig extra. They're going to submit our press release to 700 plus. So there's distribution for $40. We can get it fast. And we can have a journalist written 300 to 450 word. So it's more of a, yeah, there you go. Does that make sense to everybody what we're offering? Are we bringing the heat value-wise for what we're offering here? Good. Did you guys like the examples? Does that help you wrap your mind around both the low ticket and the high ticket that we're doing here? Good. Good, 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 good. Now, I've got a lot of different sorts of services that you can turn into this stuff. I just want to kind of say this because before we move on, you have to understand this. Proofreading and editing would be a retainer type service, wouldn't it? So for 99 to 199 bucks a month, we'll give you 60 minutes of proofreading. If you go past that, or we'll give you this many pages of proofreading, whatever. If you go past that, then we'll charge you more. You have to come up with your own unique model and you have to do the math, but the retainer model in this is what's powerful, okay? The retainer model in this is what's really powerful. You get paid whether they use it or not. Does that make sense to everyone? Good. Okay. How about one more example? How about one more example? I'm just going to mention this one. I don't have a sales page for it. It's mocked up to show you guys, but I'm going to give you an example. How many of you would pay a small membership fee every month if someone would go around and transcribe all the webinars, the public webinars that you wanted to watch? I would. How many of you? So $19.95 a month, and they'll go on the major webinars, and some of you can take these, by the way. Don't think that, feel free to take some of these. I don't want to take anybody's idea. The ones I was saying don't take is like the t-shirt thing, right? Someone can take that, but don't everybody go take it. But the idea here is, with a general transcription service, there's a lot of webinars every week, a lot of big ones. It'd be great to have some of them transcribed and that be part of the membership. I'd pay to be a part of that. Now, there's one thing. If you do that, you have to ask permission of the person giving the webinar, don't you? But it's a general transcription service. You transcribe one thing and you push it out there. Now, let me ask you one more thing. How many of you think that I would pay someone to be on all of our webinars and to transcribe everything? Why not, right? Why not? I've got someone that does that, by the way, but there you go. There you go. I think a few of you guys can think of that, and I think probably several of you could go figure out how to set that up pretty quickly. Okay, so how are we doing? How are we hanging? How are we doing? Are you guys getting how to navigate Fiverr, how to find these good things, and to go rock it out? Yep. So far, so good? So we're approaching the next transition. The next transition is where we're going to get into sales pages, okay? How to sell this. Now, this gets easier from here out. I think you guys have got the basics of how to put this together, but this starts to get easier now that you've got this stuff.